So, dear Dharma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So, gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So, do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with the practice. So, when it comes to meditation, very purpose of this practice is bring the purification to our mind. So another way, if we try to understand this, one thing is there are certain things that already you have within yourself and you are capable for something. Another thing is there is something you don't have it with you. You are not capable for that. It's somewhere else, and you have to bring these two together. Something you have as example, if you take your DNAs and it can tell regarding your history, there is some memory in you, the muscle memory, and psychologically, and another thing is the karma. There is something in you. And sometimes what happens that what we have within us, we mostly nourish the same thing. And we hold it to that. And that is where the repetition becomes comfortable. And we again and again go with it. And sometimes we moderate it. That moderation may be if you feel good, but it is the same thing. And there is something completely outside you and you don't have that. It has a totally different way of nature. So now, if you let go that what you have and you try to find that, it doesn't work. So the very method that you have to practice, what you have and what you don't have, you have to harness these two together. So the meditation is something like that. that harnessing this means that when it comes to ourselves, as a human being, there is something in you. So you should know that. If the other animal doesn't have it. But at the same time, the complete wisdom or the liberation, we don't have it. So that you can find it with the teachings of the Buddha. So now you have to bring your awareness to the teachings, and when you bring this together, that's where your practice going to be complete. And it's a kind of like a character and the willpower. So the character, that as who you are, already there is something in you. But the willpower come out of the kind of like you go towards something which you don't have. So when you develop that, step by step, little by little, and you are capable to bring the transformation to you. So in the very basic level, from the ground level, one thing you have to understand, your life is in your hand. It's not somewhere else. Life is in your hand. And at the same time, when it comes to the world, there is a nature in the world which not only come or kind of like waiting for you. So then you have to take the responsibility and prepare for the world. Because that things not going to happen the way we want. But most of the time what happens, we have a very concrete way of goals. We have very kind of like a permanent structure with our goals. Oh, it should be like this. So, but in reality, it doesn't work like that. So when you have that kind of like a very concrete, solid goals or the expectations from life, what happens? Always this resistance or the struggle going to be there with you. It is unnecessary. So then you have to come to a point to keep the flexibility. But that flexibility is not a kind of like a thought or kind of like a idea. It is a skill. So when it comes to that, develop that skill. In the beginning, you have to develop some other basic techniques. One is practicing to be grounded. Just that's why the posture is important. It's example, very simple thing in life. It doesn't matter whatever the things that you do in your life, if you can't balance your standing yourself, you fail. Just even, as in day-to-day life, when you stand with your legs, if you can't find the balance, you can't do anything. So then the finding balance is itself, it's kind of like the being grounded. So then yourself, you have to look into the posture and see, are you grounded? Are you balanced with the posture? Are you comfortable with it? Or always you try to work with the posture. then you spend your energy, time for that. But once you come to the posture, you get out of that all, you are available to observe. So then develop this being grounded. Sometimes it takes time. It's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. Just imagine like oak trees. You know, it's not like you put the seed and very next day it's going to be there. No, it takes time to grow. It takes time to hold the ground. It takes time to find its way to kind of like to handle with the wind. It takes time to, you know, to be harnessed with the environment. So then by the time when it becomes 50 years, 100 years, when you see the tree, you feel, oh, wow, beautiful tree. How it became like that? How it became kind of like a solid and grounded like that. By the time, it's not a kind of like a one day rest and next day start. No, it's a process. So then our life the same. There is a process in you which we don't see it. So meditation means another way you tap into that process and correcting the sharpening kind of like a directions, not the destination or liberation or the wisdom or the nibbana. No, it's somewhere, but in this very moment, the shaping and sharpening your direction towards that is the very key important thing. So when you become grounded, very easily it can happen. When you find the balance very easily, it can happen. Out of that, the strength arises. Remember, when it comes to the strength, when there is no balance, no strength, if you want to do something physically, the very first thing that you have to find the ground, the balance. And then the strength going to be there. So the mentally the same. And once you mentally settle down, grounded, and find the balance, and out of that the strength arises. So that strength is very necessary to generate the will inside you, because the will need extra strength than as who you are already. Why? Because our purpose is bringing something for us to kind of like in a very brand new way, in which we don't have it. So then we have to have some kind of strength or the ability to handle it. So now mentally, once your strength is stronger, and what will happen, the will going to come as a result, and that will take you to see your moment of experience. Because now you have the intention, the desire to see what is truth. So what is to looking for that? We don't have it yet. Now we try to look into it. So when you going to look into the truth, if you want to see the reality, you can't see it with the same mind that as who you are. You have to change, you have to transform that mind to something. So the practice brings that transformation. Otherwise, you're going to see the same thing. So then seeing the same thing, you can't find the reality. If it is so, we are not here like this. So that's why we have to have the faith, conviction towards the practice. Because if you don't have that, what will happen? You always hold it to your mind. And then you just become very limited to whatever that already you have. That's what we call the very conventional life, ordinary life, very casual life. So through the meditation, what happened in the very first level, physical, mental, you build up the physical, mental ground. And once you become grounded, you bring the balance. And once you have the balance, you bring the strength. Once you have the strength, you sharpen the very moment. That's mean the direction towards the truth, reality. And then you bring the will to go its moment, to continue it again and again, again and again. That continuation become your journey. When you are in that journey, what happens? You not hold it to anything. You not kind of like a tangle to anything. So in that way, moment by moment, moment by moment, you are capable to see things change. In one moment, when you see something, maybe you see that 100 things change, 100 things move, rather than change the moving. When the mind becomes sharp, that is what you see. You see everything moving. But when the mind gets tangled, stagnate, what happened? You can't see that move. Then you see everything kind of like a solid. And everything you experience kind of like a concrete. And then by the time you hold it to it, then you hold it to it, and then you keep chasing and go behind and try to make it happen again and again. But the other side of it, this everything always moving. So when it comes to the breathing, just imagine. So now we go more technically to understand this. So when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, in the beginning, some people don't know even there is the inhalation, exhalation. They don't feel that. Why? Because their mind is somewhere else. They don't know what happened to them. Just as example, can you remember, do you remember the last minute of your life? Maybe you have a lot of things in your head, but I remember your last minute of your life. In this very moment, the last minute that you spent. What happened in your mind, deeper in your thoughts, and with your body maybe? Is there any action happened that unknowingly? Is there any thought used to be unknowingly there? See that. And sometimes that we can't see it very clearly. So now you come to observe the inhalation. In the beginning, it is just inhalation and exhalation. And then you become more sharp and develop the ability to see So the beginning, the middle, and the end. So now you see more, not only the inhalation or exhalation. Now you recognize it is a continuation, it is a process. And now you become more sharp and you see some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. You never saw that before, but now you see it. And then not only that, when the inhalations happens, exhalations happen, entire body calm down. But you never saw that. You never experienced it before. See, now you can see something better than others. So it is there, but you didn't see it. So if you go to your friend and ask, have you ever saw the beginning of inhalation or beginning of exhalation? Even in the middle, there is a gap. What is that? He doesn't know. She doesn't know. So the same thing with this world also, that what we see. Remember that what you see right now, right here, there are a lot of things happening which you don't see. Why is that? Because your mind addicted to get things in a very concrete, solid way. Why? Because it doesn't have the strength. It doesn't have the will. It doesn't have the balance. You are not grounded. So that's why you need practice. So that practice, that the being grounded, developing that groundness, is the tranquility meditation. In other words, undisturbed mind, one pointness. So then you basically try to develop that ground level, be grounded, firm. You are undisturbed within yourself, not about outside. It's just about you. 5 minutes, 1 minute enough, 2 minutes enough, 5 minutes enough. That 5 minutes, keep it as a very quality, unmovable, very, very firm posture. That's enough in the beginning. Experience it and see when you come to that moment, you're grounded and firm, and see how many body parts try to move itself. Get out of the posture, and deeper inside you there is a voice, sometimes shout you, get out, drink water, go to restroom, turn to this side, that side, command you. And now you experience, who is that? Unknowingly what happens? We go with that. And it's kind of like, sometimes have you seen, like when the Olympics, this track and field, games, before they give the, sign, and some people jump and try to run, and then they again go back to the line. So we are like that. Before it give the sign, we running. It's kind of like before your mind tells something, you act. That much we are so ahead. So when wait, come back, and when the mind give the sign, it's okay to work. But why you do it before the mind gave the sign? And are you very clear with it? So that's why this ability, bringing you sharpness, and so once you practice to be grounded, 5 minutes, you determine, I'm not going to move. It doesn't matter, even I die, even this world end, I'm going to be solid. So Then by the time you see this, the inner voice, little by little, it's go away. It's just your own thoughts, nothing else. But we think, oh, it's an angel, oh, it's a kind of like a, it's a high mental powers. We believe our own thoughts like that way, and sometimes we think, oh, it's aliens, bringing some kind of message to me. No, it's your own thoughts. That why we can't see it that way, because we are not grounded. So bring the ground, be grounded with your physical posture and find the balance. That's why I always mention, keep your head, neck, head straight in one line, because your spine, when it's straight, it directly get very easy access to your brain. Once the energy flow to your brain easily, what happens? The ability to focus become more clear and sharp. So that's why you don't, touch something behind your back and push, and not to push that disturb your spine. You keep it more relaxed, free, because it helps the energy to pump up. When you're breathing, it's, through the nerve system, through the lung, it goes to the depth of your spinal cord, to the bottom. And from the bottom, it pumps the energy from the middle of your spine directly to the brain. So that's how it works. So when you find the balance, and what happened, that mechanism going to work so easily. And other thing is, the very natural mechanism of your body, once the spine become very clear, straight, and how the communication or the direct, we can say this, direct access to brain, the breathing through the spine. Once you have the direct access to the brain, what happened? The entire body, that's all the muscles start to settle down in its posture, place. And that is where you feel comfort. Why? Because once it finds its own place, you don't feel the heaviness, tiredness, weight, or the pain. So find that with your physical, practice with the physical, learn it. And then you know. And not only that, that is where the strength comes. Oh, 5 minutes, you feel so tired. Sometimes people come for chanting and sit for 10 minutes. Oh, after 10 minutes, they need help to get, stand, or they can't walk, little stretch the legs and little sit. You weak. Maybe you have a look like a strong body, but 5 minutes you can't sit. What does that mean? Physically, you are weak. So now, once you settle down with the posture, what happened? Oh, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, you can sit unmovable, no any pain, so comfortable, relax. And after you get out of that posture, after 1 hour, you feel like you so relaxed, comfortable. You don't feel tired. See that how you build up that. So get it. So you have the body, but you don't have that comfort. So that is what you have something, but there is something you don't have. Now you have to develop a method how you can bring this together. So the body and the comfort. With discomfort, you can't go into meditation. Remember that. Giving a hard time to your body, abusing your body, you can't find the wisdom. Maybe you will find something else, but you can't get into the wisdom. There's no way. So then always find that two things. And once you work with the body, what happened? Naturally, you get this mechanism to your mind. You know how to work inside your mind. And then when you close your eyes, practice meditation, little by little, you are capable to experience it, handle it moment by moment, direct that your will towards the goal, rather than keep craving, having the dream, the imagination regarding the destination. Now you work with the direction in the moment. And that is a mechanism build up. Now see, now your body settle down, now you're mentally so comfortable, and with tranquility meditation, it undisturbed, you go there, you stay with the primary mental object. Then you gain the result. So it's a mechanism you have to build up, develop. And then by the time you become, when you sit for meditation, it come when you sit, it come kind of like that. When the very tornadoes come, wind come, how the 100 years, 200, 300 years, these oak trees handle the wind. You don't escape from that. You don't look a place to hide. You don't resist that. You bend with it, you mix with it, you harness with it. You know how, because you're strong. So that quality, when you apply with your mind, when the things, situations, with your awareness, and you have the very sharp, very clear mind to see things, and you see how things move, and in that way that you are capable to go with the flow, rather than holding or resisting, dreaming, imagining the solid concrete lifestyle. So that is where you experience whatever comes, you accept it. Why? Because you know whatever in front of you not permanent. Another thing is, whatever come to in front of you, you deserve that. That's why it comes to you. It's a different topic, but if something come to you, remember, if there's nothing come to you by mistake. It may take time to digest that, but remember, whatever come to you in front of you, you deserve that. So then you accept it. Accept it, and then you don't need to depend on that, because it's not permanent. Just say, so then see how your mind slowly start to balance. And in that balance, day by day, if you are capable to move, every day, every moment, it contributes to your deeper wisdom, and day by day, your roots go down with the experience by practicing. That's what you need. Not the dogmas, not the believings, not a kind of like a waiting for something. It doesn't work in your reality, you know that. Even in very conventional life, it doesn't work. It's not applicable. So then bring this method to you and work for that, little by little. Let your roots to be grounded. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself 3 times. and say Sopatveva, oh, may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha, and also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. ittavata ca ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.